The lighting at 6 o'clock in the morning is about the same as it is at 8 o'clock at night. Now you can tell one street light probably won't make much of a difference here, but what would make a difference is if the community banded together to form a taxing unit. As for Resendez, he won't be tried here in Marion County. He's already on death row in Texas and has not filed any appeals. Officials say he should be put to death within 18 months to 3 years. The Orange County Regional History Center opening their doors for free today through June 17th, so folks can come see the One Orlando collection. You may remember all those artifacts left outside the Pulse nightclub after the tragedy. Well, inside they have beautifully displayed 200 individual memorial items. This includes the 49 tribute crosses and the iconic IKEA couch that everyone signed. It is very solemn inside. There are family members of the victims looking at this display. It will move you. Luckily, they have Kleenex, lots of Kleenex provided. In Orlando, SCVicker, News 96.5 WDBO. Jim and Paige, the drama surrounding this particular flag continues to get a lot of attention. The 3x5 piece of cloth and what it represents apparently is enough to warrant time in jail, at least for one Ocala man. Yeah, it's a process. But today, you know, a lot of accidents happen tonight. How soon will this blood be used?
I thank you, God, for these two individuals.
They came with their own candles, wearing shirts that said Orlando Strong and We Support Our Police. They also wore blue ribbons on their lapels, a community brought together by tragedy and a teen.
So we want to make sure people know that they do care. You know, we do have people who want to see change.
19-year-old Pine Hills resident Miles Mullane spearheaded the vigil.
So we're trying to come together to show people that it's more than one person who cares.
And to offer comfort to a community on edge.
My heart just goes out. It's bleeding right now.
SCVicker, News 96.5 WDBO.
Well, Gary and Paige, it's an announcement the community has been waiting for since March 21st, and some worried it would never come.
I have a picture, now I can hate a particular face instead of just an image or a monster.
You will find that face posted on the entrance to the Discount Auto Parts store on 35th Street and Old Jacksonville Road in Marion County. This is where a masked gunman shot Travis Hook's father without warning. A surveillance video shows the crime.
That's him. I can just visualize it.
6 miles away, Jay Pavassia is sure this is the man who shot him in the arm the same night, then fired 2 more shots, which luckily missed.
This was a heinous act of murder and attempted murder by Harry Rocker, Jr.
26-year-old Harry Rocker is charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, and 2 counts of armed robbery. Detectives arrested the Ocala man this afternoon at work after DNA evidence linked him to a shirt found near Pavassia's store the same night. Investigators say it's the same one that appears in the surveillance video. Officials also matched Rucker's car to tire marks from both scenes.
Really proud of the police department. I'm stunned, you know what I mean? They had 50 guys working on the case, guys, women, whatever, and you know, they all did an excellent job. I really congratulate the police department for doing this. Excellent job. Lucky.
2 people whose lives have changed dramatically since March 21st. Now, both said they would like to see Rocker get the death penalty if convicted. Now, Rocker does have a long history of arrests, and the state attorney's office says they will probably seek the death penalty in this case. A grand jury is expected to determine if there is enough evidence to prosecute Rocker within the next 2 weeks. Reporting live in the Marion County newsroom, SCVicker, TV 20 News.
Here in Central Florida, many retailers opening their doors late last night, and some shoppers tell us it's going well.
Parking was great. There hasn't been any lines whatsoever so far.
And reporter Daryl Moody continues our team coverage.
The National WDBO app.
Good morning, I'm Vicker.
And I'm Josh Miranda. Every year it seems...
Yeah, this man told us he wanted to knock out the Christmas list a little early.
Mainly my nephew. I get a little something for myself. I gotta treat myself.
Today, FHP troopers tell us they'll be on hand to make sure shopping goes as planned.
Well, the odds aren't great for anyone when it comes to hitting the jackpot page. But then again, what are the odds of an extra machine being placed in Marion County? I'd say about 1 in 44. This machine controls millions of dreams and millions of dollars. With the push of a button, you could become a millionaire. And the prospect of $80 million has people lining up to use that machine all across Florida. The demand is so great, officials are calling in reinforcements. The Steeplechase Publix on State Road 200 is the only site of backup in Marion County. Why do you think people out here need a second machine?
I don't know as I know. The answer to get through the line quicker would be one thing.
Store employees say the state's got their numbers simply because there isn't much else out here. That and the fact they're surrounded by retirement communities full of senior citizens on fixed incomes, all with dreams of big bucks.
A lot of people are on Social Security, and they're trying to win a little money, you know.
I wouldn't have any trouble keeping it or spending it.
The machines will be working the hardest Wednesday evening between 5 and 8 p.m., printing about 24,000 tickets per minute.
Oh, boy, I better go and get some more tickets. I definitely need them.
And who doesn't? Now, most of those extra machines are being placed on the Florida border to handle overflow from other states. Reporting live in the Marion County newsroom, SCVicker, TV 20 News. And Paige, I hope you got your ticket. Well, Jim, things could be very different out here this time tomorrow night. If the curfew ordinance passes, Ocala police will be on the lookout for everyone under the age of 16. That's because under the proposal, if they're on the streets when the clock strikes 11 o'clock on weeknights or midnight on Friday and Saturday, they will be breaking the law. These children may be getting their kicks on the football field, but the issue Ocala city officials are tackling right now is what these children do off the field, usually later at night. Each month, Ocala police arrest about 50 juveniles for various crimes. Lowering that number is the idea behind the curfew ordinance.
We found out that 28 cities that we have talked to have already put in the ordinance. And out of those 28 cities, every one of them have seen a decrease in crime by juveniles.
That's opposite of the current trend nationwide that shows juvenile crime on the rise. Mayor Foster says Ocala's ordinance is geared specifically toward 12 to 15-year-olds who seem to be causing the most problems. And while many children, especially the older ones who may be affected, aren't in favor of the ordinance, many parents welcome it.
I think the curfew is going to help. It's going to give the law enforcement reason to take care of the problems.
At midnight, especially on the weekends, they should be home because there's so much stuff out there, there's so much trouble they can get into, and that curfew is very good.
If the ordinance passes, police will be able to detain a child under the age of 16 and take them to headquarters where parents will be called to pick them up. The first offense will be considered a warning. The second offense could be a fine of up to $50 for the parent.
We're just trying to help them as far as safety is concerned. And we want it safety for them and for the community. So we're not trying to raise that child or tell a parent what to do with that child.
And you still have a chance to voice your opinion before the final vote on the curfew ordinance. A public hearing will take place tomorrow at Ocala City Hall in council chambers, and the meeting will get underway at 7 o'clock. Now, of course, we'll have the very latest for you tomorrow on the Night Beat. Reporting live from downtown Ocala, SCVicker, TV 20 News. The hustle and bustle of a busy neighborhood goes on as usual, but residents say there's one thing missing from the streets of Marion Oaks, something brought to light after a girl was raped on her way to school.
Their biggest problem with that street over there is these kids go to school so early in the morning. It's dark. You have 3 bus stops in this same street right here, and you don't see the kids at all. So, and some of them have to several distance to walk to get to the bus stop, so it's scary.
Now, this is the area the 14-year-old was walking in when the attack happened. The lighting at 6 o'clock in the morning is about the same as it is at 8 o'clock at night. Now, you can tell one street light probably won't make much of a difference here, but what would make a difference is if the community banded together to form a taxing unit, which could ultimately light up the entire area.
Everybody should at least give a hand, try, get signatures or something to put lights on. I mean, $35 is nothing a year.
That's what the director of the Marion County Municipal Services Taxing Unit, or MSTU, says is the average cost per year for residents to pay for the electricity. To initiate the MSTU, 51% of the people living in the area would have to agree to the tax increase.
For my child's safety, anything's worth it. Whoever has kids, they should be agreed, because I have a daughter, and I would not want my daughter standing at a dark corner, especially what happened yesterday.
Something these residents hope will never happen again. In Marion County, SCVicker, TV 20 News. before you take off and go with sports, I have to ask you, if your swing is 80 miles per hour,
Sure.
what's Tiger Woods?
I don't know, about 100 and something.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I was just curious.
No, I don't know. I never. Well, I've never timed this swing.
But it would be.
It probably be a lot quicker than mine.